right hip, right heel. And you notice the line of your left leg, please, from your left heel to your left hip, from your left hip to your left heel. And the lines come and go very quickly. In the same way that every time you walk through a door, you line it up and you walk right through the middle of the door, right? You just do that, and it comes and goes very quickly. It's the same kind of lines. Notice the back of your right shoulder, the back of your right hand. Notice the line of your right arm. Just pay attention to now those three lines, the two legs, the right arm. And of course, everything is an approximation, isn't it? It's not an exact science that we're doing here, right? Notice the back of your left shoulder, your left hand. In the same way that living life is not an exact science either. Notice the line of your left arm. Now, notice those four lines, right arm, right leg, left leg. Just get a feeling for your four lines. Just notice how many do you hold in your mind's eye at once? One, two, you go from one to another. Can you hold two at a time, both arms, both legs? Maybe some of you can hold, if you pay attention, you might see it's your right leg and your right arm, or it might be your right leg and your left arm at the same time. Notice. Now pay attention to your sacrum. The sacrum down deep between your hips. Sacrum, the lowest part of your spine. Pay attention to that. Find your sacrum. And again, partly a guess, partly a feeling. Find your sacrum. Sense where does your sacrum lie in between your hips there? The lowest part of your spine. Sense that. And now imagine, just imagine that someone took two fists and put it right in between your at the back of your buttocks, right underneath your sacrum. Just imagine that, and they started to push into your sacrum. Very, very, very easy. They started to push through your sacrum just very gently. And just feel what that does to your sacrum in your imagination. Just to feel someone pushes through your sacrum. What happens to your sacrum? What happens to the lumbar vertebra, your lowest lumbar vertebra right above your pelvis? What happens there? What happens to the vertebra of the upper back between your shoulder blades? That's someone, an imaginary person, pushes through your sacrum. What happens to the vertebra of your neck? What happens at the back of your head? Is there a sense of that when the person, and it's someone other than you, someone's doing it to you, right? When that person pushes through your sacrum with their two fists, is there a sense of a kind of crawling up the spine kind of thing? Just notice. You know, we've been doing the same movement, this imaginary movement, on the other side. We've been imagining somebody pulls a string through the top of the head to pull the spine. So now we're going from the other end, the push through the spine from the bottom. Imagine that, your sacrum. Just easy, just easy. And notice when you do it, notice your breathing. Notice if your face is easy, you let your face, your lips be relaxed, the face be elongated, your eyes easy. Right? That kind of smiling face. And if you start to sense that your face starts to do something different, how does that affect when that imaginary push up through your sacrum, up through your spine, Pay attention to that. Now, very, very easy with yourself. Imagine that you tie, first, well, pay attention to your right knee. The right knee. And your knee, the front of your right knee, the kneecap, the bone, right in the middle. And imagine that you tie a string or a small rope, very, not too thick, right at that top, and it goes all the way around behind to the side of the knee, to the back of the knee, goes all the way around, and you tie a knot at the front of your right knee. Imagine that, and make it a little taut when you tie the knot, so you feel the string go all the way around, right? Very, very gently, in your imagination, just begin to move that knot over to the right, as if you were going to, if there was a clock, the top of the knee would be 12, to the right would be 3, the back of the knee would be 6, and the inside left of the knee would be 9. Doesn't matter that it's a fictitious clock, does not have to be a real clock what you're telling time with. So you take your rope and you slide it to the right, outside to 3 o'clock. So, and you move the knot and you let the knot tell you where 3 o'clock is, right? And you go very easy with that. And then when you get there, easy, slide it back again to 12 and go real slow and pay attention while you're doing this. Let your eyes and your face be easy. But something else, pay attention while you're moving the knot. Where do you feel something happening in your spine? Anywhere, lower spine, middle spine, upper spine, behind your neck, anywhere. As you're moving the knot, what do you feel in your back, in your spine? Take your time. And then go again from 12 o'clock, slowly around to 3 o'clock. And do that, and feel how the whole string moves, right? The knot tells you where you are, but the whole string is moving around the whole knee. And then you get to 3 o'clock, keep going till you get down to 6 o'clock, which is right in the middle behind the knee. But get there slowly, easily, and again, as you're moving the knot, pay attention to what do you do with your face, your eyes, your mouth. Are you breathing? Where do you feel maybe something going on in your spine? Take your time. Easy, using your imagination. And then go back from 6 to 3, and then from 3 to 12. Nice and easy though, really. And the more time you take, the more you start to pay attention to what's going on in your torso, your spine. When you start to change your fascia, it will have a direct impact on your spine. So go easy, go slow. And then once again, you get to 12, you go back around again to 3, paying attention, face, the eyes, the spine to 6. And then this time when you get around to 6, continue on to 9, which is on the inside of the right knee. And it's very important to line this up, meaning you're exactly 3, 6, 9, exactly where they are. So it makes sense to your dial, your circle, right? We're lining up. And this has direct impact on your fascia. Go slow. And then when you get to 9, keep going up around till you get back to 12 again. So you complete the whole turn of the circle. And then when you get to 12, go back. And again, paying attention to what you feel in your spine. What happens to your arms What happens down your legs, up your spine, and then back to 6, and then from 6 back to 3, and then from 3 back to 12. Feeling the knot, feeling the rope move. When you start to get that feeling, that sensation, that representation on your brain, something very different starts to happen. Imagination becomes a reality, but a very different reality. Not what you expect. That's when you really know it's working well. Not what you expect. Something starts to develop. So the next time you're at 12, let it rest. And just feel how your right knee feels, your right leg, your left leg, your arms, your spine. Just notice how you're lying on the floor. Notice your breathing. Have the back of your hands on the floor, please. The arms down the sides. Now, pay attention to your right elbow. And tie a knot right in the front of your right elbow joint. So the string goes around, behind the elbow, right around the joint of the elbow. Right, and 12 o'clock again is in the front, right in the groove there of the elbow joint. And start to move the string around your right arm from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock on the outside. Go easy, go slow. You're right in the groove there. Go slow, go easy. You're right in the groove. And then go back from 3 to 12. Now, obviously, the circle is much shorter, the diameter around the arm. So take your time. Take your time. Some of you, this might be more. You might feel it more. Some of you might feel it less, depending. So go slow. And then go back down to 3 on the outside again. And then once again, when you get to 3, go right down to 6, which is right at the back of the elbow on the floor, right straight back of the elbow. So 6 is right underneath 12, right? Easy. With your line, go slow. And then from 6, go around to the inside of the elbow to 9, easy. And then from 9, go back up to 12, easy, easy. And then when you get to 12, feel the knot, feel the rope, the string, and go back. Go back to the inside to 9. Go back to 6. Go back to 3 on the outside. Feel it moving, see it moving, and bring it back to 12, right into the middle of the elbow joint. And just get a feeling for your left arm, your right arm, your right leg, right side of yourself. Just get a sense of the right. Notice what you might sense differently about your spine, the length of your legs, the length of your arms, easy. Please put your attention on the front of your left knee. Tie a knot on the front of the left knee. And begin to pull the knot around to the outside of the knee to what we call, well, it's going to match 9 o'clock, because the clock's going to match the other clock or it'll go crazy. 9 o'clock on the left knee, easy, around from 9 o'clock. Feel it move. Go back if you lose it. Go back, get the knot, and bring the knot around to 9. Make 9 clear to yourself, and then bring the knot around to 6 behind the knee on the left, and then bring the knot. Feel the knot, feel the whole string moving. I tell you, when you get it, your imagination runs wild with this, and it's going to be something very different starts to happen, a whole different representation. When it gets you, you just got to get out of the way. Try not to control this too much. Try not to make it exact. Try not to do what you think. Let yourself have some freedom of your limitations right now. Now from 9 you go to back to 6, come around to 3 on the inside, come around to 3 on the inside. The only limitation that you have with this is self-limitation. And you can really start to engage that with this one. Again, come back to around to 3 on the inside, and then all the way up to 12 in the front of the leg, the left. Feel the knot, and then go back around the other way, going down the inside to 3, around the other way to behind the knee to 6. Make sure you're breathing, relax your face, your eyes, your jaw, your tongue. All right, take it easy, around to the outside to 9, and then back up to 12. Nice and easy, easy, easy. And just feel your left leg, your left knee, line of your spine, line up your back. Notice your breathing. Pay attention to the joint of the left elbow now, right in that joint. And put a string around your left elbow and tie the knot there. Tie the knot at the joint of the left elbow. If you can play with this on your own, anybody who has any kind, if you have knee problems, arm problems, elbows, shoulders, whatever, you start to play with this, you change your fascia, you're going to change your problem. You start to rotate around the left elbow to the outside to your 9 o'clock, easy, easy. Go slow, go easy. And then keep going around to 6 o'clock, taking your time. Feel it moving. Feel the knot on your skin, feel the rope moving around. Once you start to feel that, once you get that, and that gets you, something else starts to develop. A new or different way of representing your experience right now starts to happen. Take your time. And then when you get to your 6 o'clock, stop when you get to these places. Let yourself be cognizant of where you are with your knot. And go around to the inside to your 3 o'clock of your left elbow, easy, easy. And then around to the, back to the 12 o'clock position of your left elbow with your knot, right? Feel it. And then go the other way, very gently from 12, go back to 3, pay attention now, while the knot's moving, while you're going from point to point in your quadrants, pay attention to what happens in your spine, your back, what's going on down your arms, your legs, the length of your spine, easy. And then go down to 6 o'clock behind the left knee, feeling, imagining. Then over to 9 o'clock on the outside of the left elbow. And then back up to 12 o'clock, right in the front of the elbow. And feel your left arm, your left elbow, your left knee, the left side of yourself. Feel both your legs, both your arms. Feel your spine. Now go back to the beginning and imagine somebody had two fists and they put them right down on your sit bones, below your sacrum there, right between your anus, and they started to push very, very slowly through. Just feel what happens now to the 5 lines, the line up your back, the spinal line, the lines of your arms, the lines of your legs, just nice and easy. Just easy. Just easy. The easier you get this, the easier it becomes you. The harder you try, the more you work, the more and more and more it will elude you. Right? It will run away from you. What is that which, when pursued, retreats? The self. Easy, easy, just feel. So now, go back to your left knee and put a knot on your left knee and put a knot on your left elbow. Just go slow with this. Just go slow. We're gonna do. And now move the knot on the left knee to the outside of the left knee, and the knot on the left elbow to the inside of the left elbow. Just easy. You really got to use your brain in a very peculiar way to do this. So the knot on the knee is going to the outside quadrant point, and the knot on the elbow is going to the inside, right? And then let the knot on the knee go to 6 o'clock behind the knee, and the inside of the elbow go to 6 o'clock behind the elbow. So you're doing the outside arc of the knee and the inside arc of the elbow, right? Just easy, just easy, just easy. And then go from 6 o'clock behind the knee to the inside of the knee, and 6 o'clock on the elbow to the outside of the elbow. So that you're moving in different directions at the same time. And then bring both back to 12 o'clock. This is a lot of fun if you can play with this on your own, because what are you feeling right now? In your left arm, your left leg, your left side of your spine? Pay attention. Pay attention. If you gave over to it, what did this do to you? Pay attention to your right knee, the front of your right knee. Tie a knot in the front of the right knee, tie a knot in the front of your right elbow. Begin to move the knot of the right knee out to the right, and the knot of the right elbow in toward the left. So go slow and see if you can start to see both lines, feel both lines at the same time, from 12 to the outside of the knee, from 12 to the inside of the elbow. And then from the outside of the knee, go to the back of the knee to 6, and from the inside of the elbow, go to the back of the elbow at 6. So both knots are in the same place. And then one knot, the knot of the knee, starts to go up toward the outside, and the knot of the elbow starts to go up. I'm sorry, the knot of the knee starts to go up toward the inside, knot of the elbow starts to go up toward the outside. Take your time. Stop. Go back. Feel where they're different, where they're moving together, and then bring both the outside of the elbow, the inside of the knee to 12. Just easy. Get a feeling for that. What's that like? What's that like? Now, pay attention. Move both lines, both knots, the knot of your right knee and the knot of your left arm, congruently, meaning both in the same way, to the outside, to 3 o'clock on the right, both, and then to 6 o'clock, to 9 o'clock, both at the same time, to 12 o'clock. And then go back. Just see if the facility to do that is getting easier, if it's coming easier to you. And then from 12 o'clock, go back to 9 o'clock on the knee and the elbow, then back to 6 o'clock, then back to 3 o'clock, then back to 12 o'clock. Easy, easy. A lot of mental acuity is involved here. And the more you take your time, the more you play with this, the more you will put your thinking and your feeling and your doing in the same place. In the same place. There will be nothing will be at odds with anything else. Everything will be what we call a mono-motivated act. No cross-motivation involved. Not at war with yourself. So now, let go of that and rest. You feel your right side, your right. Good. Now, do the same thing on your left. Put a knot in front of your left knee, a knot in front of your left elbow, and let both of those knots move at the same time from the knee to the elbow to the outside to your 9 o'clock on there, to the outside. Feel them both going at the same time. If they're not, go back, go back, go back. When they happen, they will move faster than you can think. And that will make you think differently. And when they happen at the same time, it's going to be faster than you can think. Something has to change in the way that you think to do it. And then you go from your 9 to 6 with both of them, the knee, and then from 6 to 12, and then from 6 to 3, and then 3 to 12, and then go back the other way when you're ready. And see if you can play with it and start to feel what happens differently. You could change at any time. You could be at 3 o'clock and change, 6 o'clock and change, 9 o'clock and change. Are you smiling to yourself, or is this becoming a lesson in physics for you? Easy, 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 just easy, just easy, just easy. What's happening in your spine, the length of your legs, the length of your arms? Now, go back now, stop what you're doing, put the two hands in between your sex there at the bottom of your sacrum and push through. Very gently, very easily. Just feel what starts to happen. Just push through. No, the hands are at your side. The imaginary person that we started with is pushing through. Just let it push through. The imaginary person, just let him push through the bottom of your sacrum. There's that line that goes right up your spine, right through you, right through you. See if that's becoming clearer, how your sacrum's getting pushed through your pelvis, through your lower lumbar spine, through your upper spine, through your cervical spine, right up through your head. See if you can start to feel that, right? Easy, easy, easy. So now, very, very slowly, doing what we've been doing, I want you to go real slow. Start to bend your right knee in such a way, go slow, that the right knee goes out to the side, real slow, really, you start, and that starts to drag your right foot up, right? And the knee keeps going out to the right to drag the right foot up, easy. Take all the time you need, and then when you get as far as you can easily, the knee out to the outside, begin to stand, begin to bring the knee up over the foot to stand your right foot, and just see what that's like as you do that. See if you can feel what's transpiring up your spine, up your back, and can you keep your face easy? And then do it again. Let the right knee just go out to the right after you stand the foot. Just let the right knee go out to the right. And the thing to look for here, the thing to pay attention, where do you feel your spine maybe shorten or lengthen? If it's lengthening, great. If it's shortening, pay attention to maybe one way it shortens, one way it lengthens. So let the knee go out to the side again. Feel what happens up your spine. What happens to your legs? Easy. As you're doing this, pay attention. Pay attention to the lengthening, and then come back up again straighten the leg out when you're ready, and just feel what that's like. Feel what, yeah, some of you can't, you gotta stay with it. You got to stay with it. You gotta go slower and feel your own, whatever's getting in the way. This is what this is about right now. Something makes you move faster, do more, right? If we're prone to overreact, to be overexcited about things, this is a great way to deal with that. Because there's two ways that we lose awareness. One is not paying attention at all, and the other way is to overexcite the system. Take your time. So once again, now go to the left side. Begin to let the left knee go out to the left. Let the foot, and go real slow so you feel the whole thing. And the movement is the knees going out to the left that drags the foot up towards you. Not inside. It doesn't drag the foot toward the other leg. It drags the foot up toward your buttock. You want to keep that line going, right? And then when you go as far as you can easily, when you get as far as you can easily, rest the beat and then begin to bring the knee up to a standing position and feel what's your spine doing, what's happening up your back. See, the more you pay attention to that, the more you start to integrate the feeling of your spine as you're doing something, the more you can do that in life. This is how this becomes readily applicable to life. Not consciously either. It will happen at the unconscious level because your spine wants to lengthen. Easy, easy, easy. So I'm starting to understand that saying, how we screw ourselves up. We screw ourselves up by trying to lengthen by shortening. There it is. You screw yourself up. Being up is great, but you screw yourself up by shortening when you need to be lengthening. And then let the leg come, when you're ready, you bring it back down, you go through the whole, and feel where. And if you can start to feel your spine start to shorten, stop. Stop the procedure. Breathe, and then start to lengthen again, and just see if you can inhibit the shortening. Easy, easy. And then when your legs are down, rest and pay attention. What seems different to the length of the legs, the length of the arms, up your spine. And just imagine what we were doing, that there's a string running through from your right hip down through your right foot. The line of the right leg is a string. It's like an elastic string, meaning you can, if you pull it, it gets a little taut. And there's a string running from your left shoulder blade through your left arm. And imagine that someone is pulling through both of those strings. One is pulling through the string of the right foot, one is pulling through the string of the left hand at the same time. Just imagine that. Just feel what happens to those, to the line of your right leg, to your left leg. More importantly, how does your spine respond? Can you get a sense, maybe some of you, that your spine actually lengthens as someone pulls? Easy. And now let go of that. And imagine there's someone that's pulling the string through your left leg and your right arm. Easy. Left leg, right arm. Getting pulled very gently. And as the string gets pulled, it gets tauter. So what happens is that as the string starts to get a little more taut, your fascia starts to mold itself to that sense of straight tautness. Your body starts to organize around that sense. In the same way that when you drive your car, you organize yourself to the straightness of the car, to get through certain areas, to park, to do certain things. It's the same phenomenon. Take your time. And now one time pull through the right leg, left arm, and one time pull through the left leg, right arm. And feel what that's like. And feel what that's like. Very gently, very easy, very easy. And there's that wonderful feeling that when it's like nothing's happening and you feel like you're not doing anything and you feel like you're moving or being moved. It's a wonderful feeling to be moved without doing anything, to move yourself to responding to whatever is happening in nature. And your imagination is as much a part of nature as is your cognizant, controlling mind, right? Easy. As a matter of fact, I'd say your imagination is probably more a part of nature in a certain way. Easy. So now, allow the two strings to be pulled through just the arms. And at the same time, imagine someone's pulling the string through your head at the same time. Just imagine that. So you start to feel that there's a pulling going down through the arm and up through the head. It's like two different directions going on at the same time. Notice what that's like. And then let go of the arms and imagine that's happening with the legs. The two legs are getting pulled, the strings of the legs and the string through the head. Now, just pull through the string of the head and feel what happens to the arms and the legs. Notice if they reflexively go the other way. And that reflexive sense right now is a kinesthetic feeling of movement without you moving. Very important. Good. Please rest. Pay attention to how you're lying on the floor, the way your back is making contact. Pay attention to your breathing. So please bring both of your feet to standing, very easy, very lightly. And pay attention as you do that now. Feel your feet on the floor and just do a very, very, very small, the smallest movement you can do of pressing your feet into the floor. Mostly thinking of the heels, the smallest move, and feel, as soon as you even think of pressing, something goes up your back, maybe. You don't need to do any more than that. As soon as you think of pressing, something might go up your back. If your nervous system has been reorganized here, so take your time. Feel it. When you, just as soon as you press, does your spine seem to feel straight and like there's no work going on? It's a great feeling once you understand it. And you understand this not through grammar or logic or mathematics. You understand it in a human way. I don't care what your political persuasion is, what your religious persuasion is, whatever your feelings are or your opinions. Everybody responds to this work in their own humanistic way. And it's very human because everybody knows what it means to feel better, to move better. Everybody. Good. Slowly now, let that go. Slowly in your own time, whatever you're doing, roll easy to come over to sitting. See if you can learn to roll to sit rather than sitting up like you're doing a sit-up. Roll to sit. Take your time and then go slow. And then when you're ready, same thing. See if you can find a way to roll to come up to standing with yourself. Take your time. And when you're ready, you come up to standing easy. And you feel yourself standing, right? feel yourself standing. And just get a sense now as you stand, where of those 5 lines, the line up your back, the line down your arms, the line down your legs. Very important to understand at this point in standing the direction. Gravity is the root of the light. The heavy is the root of the light. In yin yang, what that means is that gravity is pulling down, heaviness, the arms and the legs, but the light is pulling up. So in Taoism we say, attach the earth to the heavens above. So just imagine that string is pulling up through your head, very gently, very easy, easy. And now just shift your weight very, very, as a matter of fact, listen, don't shift your weight. Listen, we're going to do it differently. Imagine the string now is from your right heel to the back of your right shoulder blade. And someone pulls on that string and it gets taut from your right heel to your right shoulder blade. Just easy, just easy. Let the string get taut. And find how you, when the string starts to get taut, you start to move toward the tautness. You don't need to do it. It'll start to happen. As you get pulled, something starts to shift, something starts to form and organize around that string up the right side of your back. And then let it go. Let the string go. And notice how something happens also here. And now do the same thing, the back of the left heel, straight up to the back of the left shoulder blade. Someone starts to pull up. So play with your imagination. See, I can tell that some of you already know where you're going and how you're going to get there. That's what you need to let go of. You need not to know how you're going to get there. Just pull on the string. Just pull on the string. What starts to transpire? As you pull on the string, the imaginary string, what starts to happen on the left side? Stay with it. Don't move. Stay with it. Notice how you start to organize, your nervous system starts to organize to pull up away from gravity to the left. Good. Come back to the middle with yourself, easy. Just let go of the string to come back. And you'll start to reorganize. And then just very gently take a walk with yourself. See what it feels like to walk. What are you noticing about the way your legs feel, your arms, your sense of standing? What's different about your breathing? Pay attention to your spine, that every time a foot makes contact with the floor, see if you can imagine, because your foot contacts the floor, the heel contacts first, right? That the string goes up that side of your back as you're walking. Just imagine that. Whoop, right up that side of your back. Whoop, what happens? What happens to you? Whoop, whoop, whoop. Easy, yeah. Notice what happens. Something starts to organize you in a very different way. Your back starts to get longer, your head gets up there. Good. Now, come back to, I don't know, whatever you, but I guess you're facing me. Yeah, okay, and we'll bring us into a little Tai Chi, but now pay attention. We're gonna work in the Tai Chi, we're gonna work the fascia now. So, you put your right hand in front, your right foot in front. Now, we are working, listen, the clocks and all of that, that's just to be used for your convenience. So now, we're going to put the knot on the outside of the right knee and on the outside of the left knee. You just put the knots there and put a knot on the outside of your right elbow. Just do the right knee, right elbow on the outside. And as you inhale, start to turn the knot in toward the front of the knee and the crook of the elbow. As you inhale, come a little, very small forward, and exhale, and then come back. And feel the knots turning though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Easy, easy. Feel the knots turning. This is directly affects not just the crook of the elbow and the knee. It affects the fascia running through, down to the foot, up to the hip, down to the hand, up to the shoulder, and it all starts at the spine. Easy, easy, easy. So there's no sense of up and down, there's no sense of going this way. It's very much a sense of internal rotation. Easy, easy, and come back. And as you come back, follow the knot back. It's very little. Inhale, and you come a little forward with yourself. And notice for some of you, as you're doing this, I want you to pay attention to something else. Notice how the rotation through your heel changes. Feel that. Good. Bring the right arm down, put it here, and just feel yourself stand now. Feel your right arm, your right shoulder, your right leg. What feels different on that right? Put the left foot a little in front, please. Easy. Again, put the knot on the outside of the left knee, the outside of the left elbow, right? And all you're doing is moving that knot to the front of the knee and to the groove of the elbow. Inhale. And as you come back, the knots go back to the outside. Easy, easy. Inhale. As you exhale, come back. Pay attention to the knots. Don't worry about the movement, anything like that. Pay attention to the knots. Notice what's happening up your spine now. What's happening up your back. Pay attention to the knots. Pay attention to the knots. That's what's going to change you. That's what's going to create more uprightness on the horizontal plane to go along with the vertical. Easy, easy. We all tend to over-rotate when we go into rotation to actually create falling, to go away from the vertical. So go easy with this, slow. Pay attention to that rope moving. Easy. Good. Come back. Bring the arm down. Put both of your feet under you. Feel what's different now. What's different now? Pay attention to what's different now. Notice the line up your back, the line of your spine, the lines of your arms, the lines of your legs. And again, take a little walk with yourself. And every time you step on a heel, feel the line go up your back, up through your shoulder blade. And the more you encourage this to happen, it'll start to happen. You don't need it to play with it. It just starts to happen then. It just starts to happen. You have this resource to play with now. I'm going to show you. Watch this. Everybody come back. I'm going to show you how potent this is. And you only know how not to do this because you've learned to walk in a dysfunctional way with this. I want you to walk backwards, and as soon as you put your heel down, feel what happens. Walk backwards. And as soon as you put the heel down, what happens? What happens up your back? As soon as you put the heel down. As soon as you put the heel down. Notice what happens right up your back. What happens? You feel how you go up? You go up when you put your heel down and step backwards? It's right there. So when you walk forward, what happens to that? You've learned to scrunch down, right? Yeah, it's the same feeling. Boom. And if you walk really slow, you'd see that you really have to stay upright and balance yourself on that one heel. Slow it down. Now, slow it down. Feel how you have to really find that back balance. Yeah. Better, good. There you go. There you go. Now walk forward. Now walk forward. Now walk forward. What's different? What's different? What's different? Okay, come back, face me again. Easy. So you put your right hand in front, your right foot up in front, same thing. Put the left hand behind the right. As if you're holding a little ball, a little round ball, a little, like, say, beach ball, right? So as you bring your weight over to your right and you rotate a little bit, and you think of that knot, as you come back to rotate back, this is a ward off. Let the left hand come down in front of you. Just like that. Just let the left hand come in front of you. Yeah. See? So I'm going to tell you, all you need to do is, you don't need to rotate by going like this, right? You don't need to rotate. That's a form of falling. You need to rotate by going up and staying horizontal at the same time. And that's going to include your hips. So as you ward off, this hand comes down. So you don't separate the hands. They stay right here. That's your ward off. And the arm just comes up. That's it. That's it. Now shift your weight to your left. Let the right hand come down. Keep that right in the middle of you. And the left hand, don't let that arm go. Just keep it, that's your rudder. That's your chi line. And the left hand comes up to ward off the other way. Yeah. Even less. With this. Yes. Keep this more here. This way. Yes. So you really start to feel the, It's not a B, it's easy. So once again, let's see. Tai Chi press, you ward off. So one arm's going up, one arm's going down, right in front of you. So it's not this, guys, it's this. As I go up, I'm keeping my horizontal level. I'm losing it when I do that. I'm keeping myself very, very much in line with the vertical. And then you switch here, and you go to the other side. And you start to feel something very different in your hips, right? All right, good. Let that go. Take a walk with yourself. Take a walk. Feel what's different when you walk. Okay. I got to be in two places at once. Okay, nice and easy. Come back, just feel your feet. Put your arms down, breathe. Breathe. Inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. You're going to make this sound, like steam hissing. And we're going to do this. Ready? Inhale. Palms toward the ceiling. Hiss. Through your nose. Breathe in feel your lungs now. And as you breathe in and the lungs expand, feel those lines going up your back. All at the same time. All that lung work we did. As you breathe in, feel the lungs expand and that line go up your back. Inhale. Through your nose. Close your eyes, feel your lungs. Every time you breathe in, feel the lengthening of the lungs up, the lengthening of the back, your spine. Once you put it together, then everything starts to happen. of itself. Sujan. Not, you don't have to consciously do this. You need to allow it to happen. As you inhale, the lungs expand, the lines expand up, the arms and the legs lengthen down. Once again, inhale. Through the nose. Okay. Breathe in your belly, feel your lungs again. Smile to your lungs now. Feel that. As soon as you smile, something very different happens to your energy, the lung energy. Whoa, yeah. Yeah, it supports you. Yeah. Okay, so welcome back, whatever that means. I have to get used to the format. You have to get used to the format. We all have to get used to the new world. I have someone here today with me. So there's going to be people here and people there at the same time. So I have to pay attention to both. And you know, we're moving on. Forget going back to normal. There's never going to be normal. It's all going to be new from now on, not just here, in the world. And people that don't understand that are going to be left behind. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's the way it is today. And it's not going to end tomorrow. We're going to be confronted with different realities as we go on more and more. Okay? So this is a new reality. Play with it. Get used to it. Have fun with this. Enjoy yourselves. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
It was awesome.
Bye.
Awesome. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have fun. I will be in touch with people. Go.
We're very safe here. If you want to come in and take class, you can come in now. Okay.